Okay.
Hello, welcome to another family history video. We're here in Wyoming, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, at the site of the Battle of Wyoming, which took place July 3rd, 1778, in the Wyoming Monument. And I want you to know your ancestors were here. So let's go and walk over to the monument and let me tell you the story about the Battle of Wyoming. This is the Wyoming Monument, and let me tell you kind of how we're connected. My great-grandfather was Joseph Moroni Dunn. His father was Simeon Adams Dunn, born in 1803 in Livingston County, New York, and his mother was Jane Caldwell. Simeon Dunn's father was Simeon Dunn and Sally Bath. And that Simeon Dunn's father was Simeon Dunn and Ann Guston. And that Simeon Dunn's father was William Dunn and Esther Coe. And this is where our story begins, with the family of William Dunn and Esther. Now you can look this way and I'll tell you the story a little bit. William Dunn and Esther Coe lived in Connecticut in about the 1740s and started raising their family there. And they had 5 or 6 children, including our ancestor Simeon Dunn, who was born in 1751 in Enfield, Connecticut. And a lot of the settlers from Connecticut were starting to move to the frontier, where land was cheaper and more abundant maybe for their growing families. And so with other residents from their area, they moved to Sussex County, New Jersey. And that was between about 1755 and 1761. Once they got to Sussex County, they had a few more children. Their older children began to marry. But you know, there's always that horizon of the frontier a little bit further west. And a lot of people from Sussex County were moving to this beautiful Wyoming Valley, Pennsylvania. You can see behind us these trees. It's very beautiful. So the Dunns also decided to move to the Wyoming Valley. And this would have been about 1774, 1775. So you know what's coming, the American Revolution. And their sons, several of their sons, even early on, signed up to help fight in the American Revolution. And the frontier was kind of a dangerous place at that time, both from Indians and from the British. And so in 1778, on the British side, Colonel John Butler organized a group of British loyalists, and then they got some help from the Indians to kind of form a group that would come and raid the frontier here in Pennsylvania from New York. And at the end of June, this is the last week of June, the settlers here got word that Colonel Butler and his raiders were heading their way. And so they were on the alert. And then they met at 40 Fort, which is just a mile or so down the road here, on July 3rd, and they were talking about what to do because they had heard that the British had taken over some of the forts just north of them. And the British had offered them, the settlers in this area, a chance to surrender. And so the Patriots were trying to decide what to do, whether they should surrender or whether they should fight, and there was some dissension either way. And in the end, they decided, as they saw some smoke in the distance, they thought maybe the British were retreating, so they decided to fight. So they headed up towards these forts that were burning, and that wasn't really the case. The British were actually burning the forts, and they actually were able to lay ambush. They put the Indians on either side, and as the settlers advanced towards the British troops and shot a few volleys, then the Indians came out from the woods, and the British, and the battle lasted about 45 minutes, and in the end, the majority of the Patriots, or the pioneers, were killed, about, I think, close to 300. And among them were 2 of the sons of William and Esther Dunn. Their son William and their son Levi, and we'll see their names on the monument in just a minute, so we'll walk over there as we walk around. So what happened then, the remaining, as we maybe pan and we'll look at the other memorials on the battle. Here's where it describes the battle for you. The settlers that are in the area kind of got heard of what had happened, and it just became chaos. They were so afraid. They thought the Indians were going to come and attack them all. So within a few days, they just sort of dropped everything and either headed to the fort, or some of them just headed back to New Jersey on foot. And that's really where a lot of the men, the women and children died, was trying to just get back to New Jersey. And that's what the Dunn family did. There's an account of their son Thomas Dunn, who his wife heard shots. She came out and saw Thomas in the cornfield. He kind of dismissed her, and then he heard the shots, dropped his hoe. They went inside, packed everything they could in their bed tick. They had a baby with them. She took the baby and a kettle that she wanted, and they fled towards New Jersey. And the first night they were out, they were afraid to build fires because they could see the Indian fires. And that night a woman gave birth to a baby. Both the baby and the woman died. It was just a difficult process trying to get back, and a lot of the settlers died in the swamps and trying to cross the mountains. Let's walk over here to see the Dunn family name on the monument. We can see here where it says slain in battle. Up here at the top we can see Levi Dunn and William Dunn. And as a family historian, this becomes kind of a pivotal moment in the Dunn history, because we lose track of so many people. We don't know what happened to William and Esther Dunn, the parents, after this. We don't find any more records of them. We don't know what happened to our direct line ancestor, Simeon Dunn. Did he die here? Did he die trying to get back? We don't know. We can't ever find any records of him after this time period. And so it really did have a pretty substantial effect on the Dunn family. But we're appreciative of their pioneering spirit and what they've done for our family, and hope you've enjoyed this moment in family history.